Welcome to the Natural Health Show with one of New England's leading holistic specialists, Mark Mincola. Call Mark at 617-822-1969 on 96.9 Boston Talks.
Welcome home, Natural Health Nation. Great to have you on board on this radiant July Sunday. Absolutely glorious out there. And I hope you're having a great, fun, healthy weekend. And, someone asked me the other day if I looked back over some of the more recent studies regarding nutrition, what study is the one that first comes to mind regarding a real simple nutrient or a simple vitamin or herb that actually has been thoroughly studied inside out, that is one of the best kept secrets in the world of nutrition. And I thought about that, and I thought, the first thing that comes to mind is both in 2006 and 2009, researchers at Ben Gurion University in Negev, over in Israel, the Department of Microbiology confirmed that lemongrass, which is, you can go down to any health food store and purchase very inexpensively, very readily, lemongrass tea bags, and they're quite tasty. It's quite a tasty tea. But these researchers at Ben Gurion University, Department of Microbiology, both in 2006 and 2009, confirmed that lemongrass, common lemongrass, kills cancer cells in test tube studies. And the study's principal author, Dr. Rivka Ophir, made it clear that the aroma, the flavor, the aroma inside the lemongrass is exactly what indeed does kill cancer cells while leaving healthy cells completely unharmed. The reason for this is there's an agent in there called citral, C-I-T-R-A-L, citral. It's the key component that gives the lemony kind of aroma and taste to lemongrass. The chemical agent in there, the antioxidant, is called terpenoids. We often hear about triterpenes and monoterpenes, such as cherries have. Cherries have a very powerful monoterpene, but these agents are incredibly powerful. And these researchers made it very clear that as little as 1 gram, that's very little as 1 gram of lemongrass, or the equivalent of a cup of lemongrass tea, a simple cup of lemongrass tea, contains enough citral to prompt cancer cell death in test tubes, again, while normal cells remain unharmed. So remarkable stuff. And again, very common herb, readily found, inexpensive, safe, no side effects, no problems with digestion, etc. So a very simple herb that actually has a number of properties. We're going to talk about many of those properties. The healing properties of lemongrass, a delicious tea that you can find on the shelves at your neighborhood health food stores. And again, we are here, of course, on the Natural Health Show. My name is Mark Mincola. I'm here to take your questions regarding these type of issues, any health issues, any natural health issues, vitamins, minerals, health food store issues, weight loss, you name it. We're here for the Q&A. And we got solutions, we got answers for you. In Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon wireless users, it's a free call. Just dial pound 969. And again, we're here to take your questions regarding natural health issues. And there are many of them each and every week, of course, that we appreciate and we look forward to helping you out with. So we come back from these messages. We'd like to chat with you about your questions regarding natural health. Stay tuned.
Play it again. Audio on demand. Podcasting now at 96.9 BostonTalks.com.
This is Dan Tullis, and I just called
Joel Clark,
one of Select Quote Insurance Services' term life agents.
Hi, Mr. Tullis.
Joel, how does Select Quote save you money on term life insurance?
Well, buying term life insurance is all about choosing the right company. Let's say you take antidepressants or you smoke. All insurance companies are going to price that differently. We'll impartially shop all the companies we represent to find you the best price.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. I just got a man, 40 years old, who takes blood pressure medication, a $500,000 policy with a highly rated insurance company. His price, $21 a month.
Call 1-800-500-0351 and see how affordable term life insurance can be. That's 1-800-500-0351. 1-800-500-0351. Or go to selectquote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health issuing company and other factors. Not available in all states.
Hey, this is Laura from Good Health. If you're serious about your health, if you eat well and work out regularly, you need to supplement with our cutting-edge thermogenics and proteins. Ask professional lifters and they'll recommend Betacrete, an intense pre-workout formula to increase strength and energy while buffering lactic acid. By all accounts, it's the best creatine on the market. BPI Roxylene will kick it up a notch with all the thermogenic, stimulant, and bronchial effects of the original ECA stacks, and our all-natural About Time, an isolated whey protein, lactose and gluten-free with 0 carbs and 9 fantastic flavors. Do it right and keep it safe. Get the hardcore definition and power you want. Ask one of our sports nutrition associates for the facts. Visit us in Quincy, Hanover. See what's on deal at goodhealthnaturalfood.com. You may not be a first-round pick athlete, but you can certainly look like one. Let us help. Sports nutrition on sale every day at Good Health. See you soon.
The brain requires nutrition just like the rest of the body. Although many of us depend upon caffeine for focus and concentration, caffeine is not actually a nutrient. Real nutrition is needed to enhance brain metabolism and provide antioxidant protection. This is where Jarrow Formula's Neuro Optimizer comes to the rescue. Neuro Optimizer is a concentrated source of the nutrients needed for memory and mood, for concentration and focus, all without being a stimulant. Neuro Optimizer supplies the building blocks for neurotransmitters, the chemicals that allow cells in the brain to communicate and to file away memories. Acetyl L-carnitine and alpha-lipoic acid support brain energy production. Phosphatidylserine, L-glutamine, and taurine enhance brain stability and detoxification in the face of stress. Neuro Optimizer is the nutritional answer to the brain's needs. Ask for Neuro Optimizer at your local health food store, or for more information, go to jarrow.com. That's Jarrow for the best in brain health formulas.
Make plans now for a day with Joan Boyce. Hear Joan Boyce Sunday, August 7th at the John F. Kennedy Middle School in Waltham. Joan Boyce is acknowledged as one of the world's greatest leaders and distinguished pioneer in integrative medicine and the mind-body connection. Joan Boyce's groundbreaking book, Minding the Body, Mending the Mind, revolutionized our awareness of the mind-body connection a few years back. Now, Joan's new book, Fried, Why You Burn Out and How to Thrive, is here. Joan will share up-to-the-minute spiritual inspiration coming from her own process in a unique presentation, Reviving Your Life, with a book signing to follow. Register for Joan Boyce on myhealthylivingmag.com. General admission is just $39. Program begins at 2 p.m. Call 781-834-2728 for tickets. That's 781-834-2728. This is your chance to see Joan Boyce live Sunday, August 7th at the John F. Kennedy Middle School in Waltham. Register at myhealthylivingmag.com. Come learn how to revive your own life energy.
Now back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
In Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, free call pound 969. And we're here to take your questions, of course, regarding nutrition issues, natural health issues, et cetera, as we are each and every Sunday. But wanted to just, again, get back onto this particular point that researchers at Ben Gurion University in Negev, Israel, Department of Microbiology, confirmed that lemongrass kills cancer cells in test tube studies. And specifically, something called citral, C-I-T-R-A-L, the key component that gives the lemony aroma and taste to lemongrass teas and juices. And again, easy to obtain. You get down to the natural health food store and you'll find plenty of lemongrass tea and tea bags. But remarkable immune-enhancing properties does it have. It does indeed. And interesting, too, I made some notes here. Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York in January of this year, lab study reports that were published in their particular publication. Lemongrass lowers blood pressure, anti-inflammatory response, antifungal. It's a sedative. It's an antioxidant. It's an anxiolytic as well. So for folks that have anxiety, a lot of folks who have difficult times getting to sleep at night, a lot of folks who have panic attacks and anxiety attacks, folks who have thyroid, when the thyroid is overactive, may indeed give a shot to some lemongrass tea. Also, you could find lemongrass tincture in the health food stores out there, so you might want to try 15 to 20 drops of a tincture in 4 or 5 ounces of water 3 times a day. And again, lemongrass has been confirmed as a very powerful immune-enhancing agent in the fight against many different problems. Again, the Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York, January of 2011, just this past year, essentially published studies lowering blood pressure, anti-inflammation. I think that's pretty important as well. When we talk about inflammation, of course, which we often do in the Natural Health Show, inflammation is representative of 72% of virtually all disease. When you think about most cancers, heart disease, obviously issues such as arthritic problems, lupus, and on and on. We're talking about an inflammatory set of chemistries that are induced through the wrong kind of fats in the diet and the wrong kind of triggering of chemistry in the body. And there are natural agents that are very effective as anti-inflammatory agents, and again, none more so than lemongrass tincture. So remarkable. You might want to take a peek at some of that. Again, easy to find, and I suggest each and every Sunday that folks maybe consider getting on board and Googling some of this information that we get out there for you. Again, in Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users free call pound 969. We're here for your questions regarding your natural health issues. I know you're walking up and down the aisles of those health food stores during the week. I see you out there looking lost. And that's an easy thing to do, unless, of course, you're at Good Health Natural Foods. Folks at Good Health Natural Foods, one of our great sponsors, of course, go way out of their way to try to help you find out what you're looking for, learn more about it. And they're great as far as bringing you the information and the TLC regarding what you're in store for as you use items such as lemon balm tea, lemon balm tinctures. And again, I think that the objective here is really to bring you the information each and every Sunday that makes it very clear that there are alternatives. There are natural health alternatives for your aches, your pains, for your health-related issues, for your insomnias, for your mild forms of depression and anxieties. We just mentioned a minute ago that there have been studies and mentioned in the Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York, studies that suggest indeed that this remarkable agent called lemon balm tincture and lemon balm tea have actually been used effectively to quell anxiety. And again, it's got essentially a sedative type constitution, so the properties are, for the most part, sedative-based properties, calming properties, neurologically calming properties, which is, again, why so many different folks who have issues such as anxiety and hyperthyroid may indeed benefit from the implementation of lemon balm tincture, lemongrass tincture. So we can actually recommend that folks who have these neurological issues and folks who have these stress-based chemistries may indeed give a try to lemongrass. There are over 140 species of lemongrass. Amazing, all over the world. Incredible product. So let's get to your calls. We've got Catherine on the line from North Andover. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk here on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good. I was wondering if there's any kind of natural remedy for Parkinson's disease.
There's something called NADH, and NADH probably most popularly is manufactured by a company called ENADA, E-N-A-D-A, ENADA.
Okay.
But NADH it can be readily found in any health food store out there. It's a little bit on the pricey side, especially the ENADA. You could probably find an NOW brand, the Now brand, or some such brand that's not quite as pricey. But it's an enzyme. It should really, in many cases, help to sort of quell some of the neurological disruptions associated with Parkinson's. But there's great research on that. There's you could actually Google that, and you could look at NADH for Parkinson's and find quite a bit of information regarding that.
Okay, great.
So I suggest you check it out. Thanks so much for calling. All right, so NADH is something that you can readily find on the shelves at most of your health food stores out there. As I point out, Innata is a great product. It's been well documented as a very effective product in many cases for neurological symptomatologies, but a little on the pricey side. Like we said, it's also something that can be found in a less expensive version by brands such as NOW. NOW brand is the orange brand. When you walk in the shelves of the health food, when you look on the shelves of the health food store, you'll see NOW and its bright orange label. Much more readily, much easier on the pocketbook, much easier on the wallet. So you might want to check NADH out, either in Innata form or in an NOW brand. We've got Mark on the line from Leicester. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk. You're in the Natural Health Show.
Hey, how you doing?
Terrific. How are you?
The first time hearing your show, it's great.
Thank you.
I think I could use a little help here. Anorexia.
Mm-hmm.
Would this product you're speaking of have any effect in a pro or con fashion for anorexia?
Well, I think that what you're looking at for anorexia is something that obviously has neurological components, largely because there are probably very deep, stressful, emotional components to the whole process. So obviously, the addressing the emotional root is extremely important with anorexia. Yes. That's 101. But yes, beyond that, I think a lot of the tension, the stress, the anxiety that accompanies the emotional stress of the condition could very easily be supported by lemongrass, absolutely. In fact, I'd recommend more the lemon balm tincture, I think.
Okay, great.
And you could find that pretty much in any health food store. And once again, the lemon balm tincture is a wonderful nervine, which means that it helps to relieve those symptoms associated with nervous tension and stress. So I think absolutely 25 drops of lemon balm tincture 3 times a day in an ounce or 2 of water should go a long way.
Anything else you could think of from someone who's been a chronic anorexic for most of her adult life and probably done a lot of damage?
Yeah, well, I think first things first, like we said, I think you really want to be thinking in terms of the root, which is the emotional root. And there are, if you get into the health food store, there's actually some really wonderful booklets that are usually associated with Bach flower remedies. They're homeopathics called BACH, Bach flower remedies. And there are 38 of those, and those are really, really helpful for deep emotional issues that have not been unfolded.
What was that again? I'm sorry.
BACH, Bach
Yep.
flower remedies. They're homeopathic remedies. They work at very deep thought levels, emotion levels. There's nothing drug-like about them. Obviously, they're over the counter. They're FDA approved, and they're very subtle, yet they're very effective at the same time at helping people sort of peel the layers of the onion in a very safe and a passive sort of manner over time. And there's some wonderful booklets that most of the health food stores have regarding the Bach flower remedies. So I recommend you get to the health food store, get on down to Good Health Natural Foods, and take a peek at the Bach flower remedy booklets that they have there, and just do a little bit of peeking through there. But my suggestion is that for anorexia, again, you get to the emotional root and support that particular patient at the emotional level, and I think the Bach flower remedies could be very helpful.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for calling. All right, let's go to Anne Marie in Plainville. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk. You're in the Natural Health Show.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Terrific. How are you?
I'm good. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm, sure.
I heard that PQQ is the new CoQ10. What do you know about that?
Well, you know something, I don't think, first of all, I don't think it is the new, we talked about it about a month ago on this program, but I don't think I'd compare it to CoQ10. There are many coenzymes out there. PQQ is just one of the coenzymes. PQQ is really thought of in terms of preserving the mitochondria and actually regenerating mitochondrial activity within the cell. So when I think about what the mitochondria is, I'd simplify that by saying it's the engine within the cell that makes the cell run. So obviously as you age, there's a lot of wear and tear within those cellular engines, and people get more fatigued and they get more stressed and their immune system breaks down and they get sick easier and more allergenic and all that. So being able to replenish and rebuild those engines is really what PQQ is all about. CoQ10 works very, very differently. It actually provides a greater access for oxygen to the brain and to the heart. So these coenzymes are sort of part of a team of coenzymes that all work together at improving health and really significantly affecting the function of our cells. But they all have different responsibilities and different functions, so I wouldn't compare them. They're both really wonderful, but I wouldn't compare them.
Oh, okay. That's what I heard. So, but you're telling me they have two different jobs.
They really do. They absolutely do. They have both have very important jobs. They both have slightly different tendencies at accomplishing those wonderful tasks. So I really wouldn't compare them. I'd say that they're members of a team, and they play different positions on that team.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks so much for calling.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. You're welcome. Once again, in Boston and New England, 617-8221-969. Verizon Wireless users, free call pound 969. All right, let's go to Carol in Shrewsbury. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk Show and the Natural Health Show.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Pleasure.
I just am wondering if I was overdosing on vitamin D. My level was really low, like it was 7, and I went up to 15,000 units.
Did you say 2,000?
50,000.
50,000. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear
week,
that.
one a week.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But my doctor put me on those. But I was also taking calcium that had vitamin D in it, and the omega-3. I'm not sure what that has calcium in it. In it. But he did another test, and then my calcium level was really high, and then not really high, but it was 9 something. And then he took another test, and my calcium went down, and my parathyroid level went up.
Yep.
So then I went off the vitamin D for 2 months, and all my levels were normal, except my vitamin D was still a little bit low. So he told me to go back on the vitamin D, but I don't know if I'm overdosing on it or if I should take less. He is, said definitely I should go on the 50,000.
Yeah, well, my inclination is that you might want to continue to experiment with your doctor's decisions as you have been. But instead of doing 50,000 at short intervals like that and then running into trouble, what you might find that over an extended period of time, a lower dosing, maybe 2,000, 1,500, 3,000, somewhere in that lower range, day in and day out helps you to stabilize those receptors. Because it sounds to me like you're just gobbling a ton of it up, over-absorbing it, and then coming up deficient very shortly thereafter. So I look at it as a matter of efficiency. You can deliver a high dosage of something to the body. It doesn't really necessarily mean that the body's efficiency is going to match what you're downloading. So where it looks to me at this point, or it sounds like you're going from high to low, and you're really taking these extremely high doses, which you may consider as having a powwow with your doc and say, hey, how about if we try a little something different here? Let's try 2,000 units for 6 months and check me every so often to see if I can't stabilize long term. Just a thought.
Okay. I was just concerned because I was just looking on the internet a lot, and I didn't see where the vitamin D could make your parathyroid go up high, but then it went back to normal, so I don't know.
Well, something, that's kind of a convoluted concept. I think that, when you think about the synergy that works together between calcium, vitamin D3, vitamin MK7, phosphorus, magnesium, when you take this whole group, this whole team concept again that really tries to ensure the stability of calcium and the delivery of calcium, they all work together at trying to ensure that. And it's really kind of difficult to try to figure out which one of them might be overdoing it. Do you know what I mean?
I see.
So my sense is that you've got a whole team, and somebody on that team is probably overdoing it. We can't really pinpoint exactly which one it is, but clearly it is being overdone, or your calcium wouldn't be loading up and your parathyroid wouldn't be getting that overactive. So.
Right, and then, just everything goes back to normal.
Sure.
It just seems...
Well, that goes back to what I said, too, a moment ago. I think that it seems like you're exhibiting this lack of efficiency. It's simulating, assimilating, rather. So the idea of efficient assimilation is what you want to look for, and you want to probably get to the bottom of why it's not happening. One of the things that may be interfering with that could be diet, believe it or not. So you want to make sure that you're alkalizing yourself. I'm hoping you're eating a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruits. But if you get down to Good Health Natural Foods and you pick up on the urine strips, the pH strips, you can measure your urinary pH first thing in the morning. If you're between 6.4 and 6.8, your efficiency levels at trying to get this calcium issue and this vitamin D issue sorted out are far, far more likely to balance.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That sounds so good. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. All right, let's see who's been patiently waiting here. We've got Diane on the line from New Hampshire. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk Show and the Natural Health Show.
Thank you so much for taking my call.
Pleasure.
I'm wondering in regards to the lemongrass, in its natural state as a plant.
Yep.
And would it be just as effective?
No question about it. In fact, there are a number of different, when you look at some of the research that they've done in Israel, there's a lot of restaurants that are actually kind of tapping into this whole phenomenon, I guess you'd say. And it's actually spreading to a number of different places in Europe, and throughout Europe there's a lot more restaurants now that are using lemongrass in their food preparations. And so, yeah, absolutely, this is becoming, I think, somewhat of a phenomenon. And I think there's a lot more awareness and appreciation that, first of all, it has the remarkable medicinal qualities that it has. Secondly, that it's so doggone delicious, and it has great application as a tea, as a tincture, and as an agent in cooking. So no question about it. The answer is yes. Yep.
Very good. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's see. How are we doing? We're good for a couple more calls here, right? Is it break time? I guess it's just about that time. We've got a lot of folks in line. We've got Peggy, Jim, Danielle, Donna, Andrew, Carol, etc. So stay on the line. You're talking to the natural health food expert of New England, Mark Mincola, and you're listening to the Natural Health Show. And we're answering your questions regarding nutrition issues, holism, etc. So stay right where you are. We'll be back right after these messages.
Friend us on Facebook. Link up at 969bostontalks.com.
If you're ready to take control of your health, have more energy, and live more fully, then Kripalu's Healthy Living Programs are for you. The unique Healthy Living Programs at Kripalu are 5-day retreats created to help you make positive lifestyle changes that will transform your health and life. Taught by leading health, nutrition, lifestyle, yoga, and fitness professionals, Healthy Living Programs at Kripalu include educational workshops, yoga and mindfulness instruction, health talks, fitness activities, and 3 delicious all-natural meals each day. Transform your life with Kripalu's signature Healthy Living Programs like nutrition and cooking immersion, detox for health and healing, digestive health, a holistic approach, or integrative weight loss, just to name a few. With so many different programs to choose from, you're sure to find a perfect fit. Kripalu, located in the beautiful Berkshires of Western Massachusetts, offers a nurturing and healing environment that makes change possible. Log on to kripalu.org. That's kripalu.org, or call 866-200-5203. Again, it's 866-200-5203. Kripalu Healthy Living Programs. Transform your life. Programs enrolling now. There's a fine balance between what's best for your landscape and what's best for your family. This is why Aspen Environmental Services of New England is proud to be an industry leader in the use of environmentally responsible products for outdoor pest control, tree and shrub spraying and injecting. Applications control Lyme disease ticks, caterpillars, adelgids, and 200 other pests that damage landscape. Visit the plant healthcare professionals at treeandlawncare.com. That's treeandlawncare.com. Or call 888-418-BUGS and mention Candida, because listeners get a 10% discount. That's 888-418-BUGS. treeandlawncare.com. Get them before they get you.
Make plans now for a day with Joan Boycenko. Hear Joan Boycenko Sunday, August 7th at the John F. Kennedy Middle School in Waltham. Joan Boycenko is acknowledged as one of the world's greatest leaders and distinguished pioneer in integrative medicine and the mind-body connection. Joan Boycenko's groundbreaking book, Minding the Body, Mending the Mind, revolutionized our awareness of the mind-body connection a few years back. Now, Joan's new book, Fried, Why You Burn Out and How to Thrive, is here. Joan will share up-to-the-minute spiritual inspiration coming from her own process in a unique presentation, Reviving Your Life, with a book signing to follow. Register for Joan Boycenko on myhealthylivingmag.com. General admission is just $39. Program begins at 2 p.m. Call 781-834-2728 for tickets. That's 781-834-2728. This is your chance to see Joan Boycenko live Sunday, August 7th at the John F. Kennedy Middle School in Waltham. Register at myhealthylivingmag.com. Come learn how to revive your own life energy.
Now back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
In Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, free call, pound 969. And we're here for your questions, of course. And we'll get to those in just a minute. We've got a lot of folks calling in, and we've been talking with you this evening about lemongrass. Lemongrass, of course, someone just asked a moment ago, one of the callers, about lemongrass in cooking, culinary arts, and absolutely true. It's very predominantly used in Indian cuisine and used in a number of different soups and as a flavoring agent as well. So there are a number of different remarkable recipes that you can easily find from Indian cuisine and with lemongrass. So you could check that out. But also, we mentioned that not only the remarkable 2006 research from Ben Gurion University in Negev, Israel, their Department of Microbiology confirmed that lemongrass kills cancer cells in test tubes. And again, as we said, without in any way, shape, or form disturbing normal cells in any way. Also, we found that Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York this past January mentioned lab studies and reports regarding lemongrass showing that it's effective at lowering blood pressure as an anti-inflammatory, antifungal, as a natural sedative and as an antioxidant, of course, anxiolytic for anxiety, a detox agent, a natural antibiotic, again, supportive of the nervous system for those with hyperthyroid, and on and on and on. So remarkable. Check it out. Get into your neighborhood health food store this week and look at lemongrass tinctures, lemongrass teas, lemon balm. Remarkable stuff. Okay, let's get to your calls. We've got a very patient Peg in the line from Wilmington. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk Show and the Natural Health Show.
Hi, how are you?
Terrific. How are you?
Good. I'm calling for a friend he's had been diagnosed with prostate cancer, and it's now at a very, they want to now do radiation on him. He is 5% have what he has, 30%, I guess, have the other. So, where do we begin?
Well, I'll tell you a couple places that you really want to get busy with right away. Number one is you want to think about diet, and we always talk about the importance of eliminating fermented foods in the diet. That's extremely important.
Okay.
So things like vinegar, things like blue cheese, any kind of fermented foods, high sugar concentrations as well. Dr. Otto Warburg, two-time Nobel Prize winner in medicine, went on to be quoted as saying that the primary cause of all cancer, there are many secondary causes, but the primary cause of all cancer is the fermentation of sugar. So we always tell folks that it's really important to keep the fermented foods at bay and to keep the high sugary foods at bay as well. So what should this person eat? Obviously a lot of lean proteins, some healthy vegetables and fruits. And
he raises his own garden. It's just so hard for me to believe that he got this. I mean,
well, you know something.
Go ahead.
No, I can appreciate that. I after 30 years of doing consultations and over 50,000 appointments, you sit down and you really, really listen to people. And there's always some place where you can find the glitch. So in most cases, there are folks out there that are working really, really hard that it's kind of mystifying, just like you're suggesting here. But if you really dig and find out, I think, number one, you're going to find out that there's some form of perhaps either fermented food or sugar. Nonetheless, bottom line of it is this. We talked about pH a few moments ago with somebody else that called in, and to measure that pH with the first morning's urines. The health food store, Good Health Natural Foods, we've ordered for them years ago the .067 Fidrian calibrated strips. They're a really good calibration urine strip. And they're a nitrazine paper strip. You urinate on those strips first thing in the morning, and it's color-coded. You want to be between 6.4 and 6.8. And every tenth of a point is equal to 64.9% oxygen differential being delivered at a cellular level. So it's really important to make sure you're in that target zone. 6.4 to 6.8 is the sweet spot. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be under that, because if somebody's in the 5 range or 5.5 range, it's too acidic. So that's really, really important. And again, the whole purpose behind avoiding fermented food and sugar is to try to keep that pH up, because the sugars of fermented foods drive the oxygen out, drive the respiration process out, and the fermentation process up. So regardless of what it is that's causing that, you want to make sure that you get that pH up where you're safe. That 6.4 to 6.8 range is a pretty safe range. That's number one. If there's an acid chemistry, if the chemistry is really on the flat side, if it's very low, 5.5, 5.0, you probably want to get some liquid chlorophyll and some baking soda going. I usually recommend 2 tablespoons of liquid chlorophyll 3 times a day, and a quarter to half a teaspoon of baking soda before bed.
Okay, so what was the first one?
The first thing is liquid chlorophyll.
Liquid
chlorophyll, yes. 2 tablespoons in water 3 times a day.
Okay.
So
and the other is baking soda?
The other is baking soda, and I would just say keep it simple. 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/2 of a teaspoon in 3 ounces of water before bed, yes.
3 ounces, okay.
And that should start to lift up that pH and start to recover that pH. That's extremely important.
Yeah, I have a feeling she does a lot of, even though it's organic and all stuff, she bakes a lot. And I have a feeling that the sugar's huge.
Yeah, well, as I say, there's so many folks that are doing so many things right out there that it's really frustrating. But, when you really sit down and do the Q&A for an hour with somebody and really look into their lifestyle, the glitch comes up. It always shows up. And I think that, you need to kind of think in terms of really getting that fermentation out, like we said. And if that's happening, that's great. But the sugar's got to go with it.
Okay.
All right?
Thanks so much for your help.
My pleasure. And
great. I love listening to you.
Thank you so much. Best wishes to you and your friend. All right, let's get to a very patient Jim on the line from Rhode Island. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk Show on the Natural Health Show.
Thank you very much for taking my call.
Pleasure.
My question, sir, is I've been for many years, I've been working quite a few hours, 65 to 80 hours, probably for 30 years. And I'm starting to run out of energy. I didn't know if there was any supplements that I could take to kind of restore that energy.
Did you say 60 to 70 hours a week for a number of years?
Yes, for about a little over 30 years.
Wow, that's what I call wear and tear. You are a hardworking guy. Well, I'll tell you what ends up happening under those circumstances. The adrenal glands, the stress glands get a little bit fatigued under those circumstances. And once those stress glands get burned out, it's tough to get them back. But you can do so. A couple things that I'd recommend. Number one is I'd actually recommend some ribose, R-I-B-O-S-E, ribose. Ribose is a pentose. It's a 5-carbon sugar. Now, you hear the word sugar like we just talked about, and the antennae go up. But there are sugars that are good, and there are sugars that are not so good. Well, this is one of those that is a purely an energy-based sugar. And, back to we talked about the mitochondria of the cell earlier with one of those calls.
Yes.
And that's to suggest that there are engines within our cells. Well, a lot of your engines within your cells are probably pretty well shot. And the pentose that we're talking about, that's called ribose, that you can find over the counter at the health food store, will help recharge some of those batteries. So I would recommend that you get some ribose. Of course, our great sponsor, one of our great sponsors, Jarrow Formulas, makes as good a ribose as anybody in the world. They're little tiny scoops. that you get that come with the ribose, and it's a powder. It's a good tasting powder, thimble size scoops, and you want to take probably 2 to 3 of those a day. For your case, I'd say probably 3 a day.
Okay.
That's 2,200 milligrams per scoop, so you want to take about 66. So you're going to take 1 scoop in the morning, scoop in the afternoon, scoop in the late afternoon perhaps, 3 times a day, and about maybe 3-4 ounces of water down the hatch. That's one thing that I think would be extremely, extremely important for you. Of course, if you're drinking coffee, stop.
No, I quit coffee just before I had heart surgery for a valve repair, and I quit probably back in the late 80s.
Smart move. Very smart move. So go with the ribose, and again, eat a lot of healthy fruits and vegetables and lean proteins. If you're going to use grain products, make sure that they're whole grain products, brown rice, not white, oatmeals, and I think if you're eating in that manner, that's a good way to go. And don't sabotage with simple sugars and juices and things like that, because, each 6 ounces of juice has about 25-30 grams of sugar. Your liver can only tolerate 50 a day, so we got to keep your liver as your friend if we're going to get energy.
Okay.
So eat that healthy type diet that we just kind of outlined for you, and take those 3 scoops of ribose a day and get back to us in about a month.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Best wishes. Take care of yourself.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. All right, we've got Don on the line from Shirley. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks. You're on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, how are you?
Terrific, Donna. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What I was wondering is, my daughter is 7 years old, and she was showing signs of having allergies, and I did bring her to a specialist, and sure enough, she's highly allergic to birch and cat dander and dog dander.
Yep.
They have her on a regimen of citrazine and also Flonase, and I was wondering if there was anything more natural I could do for her.
Yeah, there's a company called BioAllers. BioAllers been around for many years. They're in virtually every health food store on the planet. They're very well distributed. BioAllers makes pollen drops. They make ragweed. They make virtually every allergen known to man out there, and they're homeopathically prepared. So they work exceptionally well. I would tell you that you probably want to get in the health food store and just match up some of those allergies with some of what they produce over the counter by BioAllers, and just the standard dose on there, probably about 6 drops under the tongue 3 times a day. Again, these are homeopathic, so they work similarly to allergy shots, except they're sublingual drops that go onto the tongue, so they're more user-friendly, and they really have no more properties left in there. In other words, if it says the actual allergen, like birch, for example, it doesn't have the tree. It doesn't have any elements of that material properties left in there. It's homeopathic, so it's just the remaining energy. So it's not toxic. There's no contraindications with this. You don't worry about taking it with any other medications. I get started with that.
Okay, and is this something that I should give her every single day, or just when it's in season?
Well, the beautiful thing about these homeopathic antigens is that they build up a reference. They sort of... They educate, I should say, the immune system and make it more efficient at recognizing a problem so that it gets better, so that you're not as dependent upon these things long term. So I like the idea of getting the body to be more efficient at something that it's not very good at, and that's kind of what they do. So to take them over a period of maybe a year or two, seasonally, in other words, does she have allergies year-round?
Well, she... there's other things that she's allergic to. But it's much worse and much more pronounced when
summertime.
Exactly.
Spring and summer, yeah. Well, here's what I do. I would get those going for the summer, and probably into the early fall you might want to think about ragweed. I don't know. It sounds like she may be susceptible to a number of different potential strong allergies out there. So you might want to try those, the tree pollens now, and then when you get into the fall, late summer, you might want to add one of the tincture vials for ragweed. And then perhaps when you get into the killing frosts of late fall, you back off and you kind of give it a rest, and then come back next year again, just seasonally during maybe spring, summer, and early fall. And by the end of a couple seasons like that, I think she should be, again, getting better at it and not be as dependent upon medicine long term.
That would be wonderful. Now, also, what about the dog dander? She's dying to have a dog. Would it help I don't want to get a dog. I mean, you always hear about those dogs that don't have dander and have human hair, but once again, the allergist said not to believe that, not to have a dog whatsoever. But do you think it would be safe if I was able to buy a product from BioAllers?
But here's the other thing. I think BioAllers, in my knowledge, does not manufacture any products for animal hair or dander. I may be wrong about that. You can Google that, but I've never seen them. But it's pretty easy to, if you Googled homeopathic antigen for dog hairs or dog dander, even, I think if you look to Google that, you'll find a number of good, reputable homeopathic companies that do manufacture that. Easy to obtain, again, no side effects, no worries, and I would not hesitate to utilize one of those at all. Absolutely.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Take care. Have a great day. All right, bye-bye. It is about that time. We've got to pay a few light bills here. Got to get out of here for a couple messages, but we're coming back with your questions. So, Michelle, Charlie, Danielle, Andrew, Carol, being patient, it will pay off. I believe me. All right, be right back. Stay tuned to the Natural Health Show in just a moment.
If you're talking about it, we're talking about it. Your talk. 96.9 Boston Talks.
There are many things we cannot control in life. The one thing we can control is how we choose to take care of ourselves. Hi, this is Mark Mincola, New England's leading natural health care expert. Join me for my monthly live webinars. The key in making your health a priority is becoming educated on how your body works and how to make it work for you. We're continually listening to our valuable feedback, and the one thing that requests most of us is to provide more cutting-edge educational and motivational tools. Join me for my monthly live webinars as I educate individuals on how to work nutrition and overall health permanently into their lifestyle. We understand that even with the power of the internet, it is still difficult to find health information that is relevant, backed by science, understood, and can be implemented into your lifestyle. My live nutrition webinar series takes place on the first Monday of each month at 12 noon. For only $99, you can participate in all 12 webinars. For more information, log on to myhealthylivingmag.com or call 781-834-2728. That's 781-834-2728. No, when most people hear the word allergies, they think only of hay fever-like symptoms associated with airborne pollen, dust, and mold. But did you know that many experts estimate that between 60 and 80 million of us suffer from immune-related food allergies without even knowing it? Furthermore, food allergies often contribute to serious health problems such as autism, irritable bowel syndrome, ADD, headaches, and chronic ear infections. Now, there's an effective way to identify and eliminate both your food allergies and the troubling symptoms that they aggravate. Allertest Medical Labs at foodallergy.com offers a full complement of clinical, environmental, and food allergy testing to help you get to the root of your allergy problems. Allertest also provides you with a comprehensive rotation diet, lifestyle booklet, and a wallet card to help you live food allergy-free and stress-free. Do you wonder if you or your loved ones are among the 60 to 80 million food allergy sufferers in America? If so, log on to Allertest Medical Labs, foodallergy.com. Talk to your doctor about ordering a food allergy test from Allertest Medical Labs today. Foodallergy.com. Make sure the food you're eating isn't what's depleting you.
Have you been looking for a meaningful career that fits your lifestyle, is satisfying, and gives you a future? Work that by its very nature is healthy, creative, and forward-moving? If you love to help people look or feel better, working as a massage, aesthetics, or spa professional can be a perfect match. The field is continuing to grow even in this economy, and this is one of the best professions for people who want their own business. Spa Tech Institute has been training successful massage, polarity, and aesthetics professionals for over 30 years. Spa Tech Institute is a pioneer in the field of holistic health and offers day, evening, and mother's hours programs that can have you working by next spring. Spa Tech Institute is located in Plymouth, Westboro, and Ipswich. You can find us on the web at spatech.edu. That's spatech.edu. Join us in making the world a healthier place.
Make plans now for a day with Joan Boycenko. Hear Joan Boycenko Sunday, August 7th at the John F. Kennedy Middle School in Waltham. Joan Boycenko is acknowledged as one of the world's greatest leaders and distinguished pioneer in integrative medicine and the mind-body connection. Joan Boycenko's groundbreaking book, Minding the Body, Mending the Mind, revolutionized our awareness of the mind-body connection a few years back. Now, Joan's new book, Fried, Why You Burn Out and How to Thrive, is here. Joan will share up-to-the-minute spiritual inspiration coming from her own process in a unique presentation, Reviving Your Life, with a book signing to follow. Register for Joan Borysenko on myhealthylivingmag.com. General admission is just $39. Program begins at 2 p.m. Call 781-834-2728 for tickets. That's 781-834-2728. This is your chance to see Joan Borysenko live Sunday, August 7th at the John F. Kennedy Middle School in Waltham. Register at myhealthylivingmag.com. Come learn how to revive your own life energy.
Now back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
All right, we had a caller not too long ago, actually, that called in regarding a friend with prostate cancer. One of the things that I would like to add as an addendum to our conversation, please look up a product called PC Spez, S-P-E-S. You can Google that. P as in Peter, C as in Charles, PC Spez, S-P-E-S. PC Spez. Been a lot of talk about that, a lot of research about that. First published back in the mid-'80s as being very effective. So take a look at that product, and I wouldn't hesitate to get started on it ASAP. There's a lot of new research on it as well that's come about. Let's get to your calls. Look at Carol, your patient as ever from New Hampshire. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks on the Natural Health Show.
Well, thank you for taking my call.
Pleasure.
I have a question on thyroid. I had an overactive thyroid for many years, had the radioactive drink that killed thyroid, went on Levoxyl, and I quickly gained 10 pounds. I wasn't feeling right, my emotions, the sadness. He then put me on T3, T4, Levoxyl, and T3.
Yep.
Felt a little better on that, but the weight, I can't control the weight, and sometimes the sadness is still there. I don't know how you can tweak the T3 and the T4, even if the numbers are good or what, but I need your opinion on that, and what vitamins or something I can take to make the conversion from T4 to T3 work better.
Yeah, great questions. Well, first things first, I would urge you to do some Googling and some searching regarding the Broda Barnes Foundation, B-R-O-D-A, Barnes, B-A-R-N-E-S, the Broda Barnes Foundation down in Trumbull, Connecticut. Very respected thyroid research foundation down there. They're doing all the cutting-edge thyroid research. A great book that I always talk about on this show, it seems each week, Solved the Riddle of Illness by Dr. Solved is solved, S-O-L-V-E-D, The Riddle of Illness. And that was written by Dr. Stephen Langer, L-A-N-G-E-R. That is a very enlightening book that will answer most of these questions. But anyway, to give you the quick solution on it, I would say zinc, 50 milligrams of gluconate. Zinc.
How many milligrams of zinc?
50 milligrams of gluconate. Zinc, gluconate, 50 milligrams.
I don't understand what that is. Zinc? You want me to take zinc 50 milligrams?
That's correct. The type of zinc is gluconate, G-L-U-C-O-N-A-T-E.
G-L-U-C-L...
C-O-N-A-T-E. Listen, I'll tell you one quick thing. If you have a hard time catching up or if people at home are not able to get all this information at any time, you can go to our website. It's maxhealing.com, Max Healing. And the shows are all basically cataloged and archived on there, so you can go back and listen.
So zinc, 50 milligrams of gluconate. Go ahead.
Zinc, gluconate, 50 milligrams, and something called seleno, S-E-L-E-N-O, selenomethionine. It's a type of selenium, selenomethionine, 200 mcgs.
Okay.
Those are the two most important. In addition, I like the Flora Vital, F-L-O-R-A, Flora, V-I-T-A-L, Flora Vital, 1 tablespoon a day. Those three should really support your conversions. But again, if you miss any of this information, just go to maxhealing.com, and we'll have this stuff all up by Tuesday or so.
Okay, what about the weight gain? I gained 10 pounds. I was always, when I was underactive, never had to worry about what I ate or what I did.
Yeah, well, you again, if your thyroid is sensitive and has a history of being so, your ability to metabolize fats, to burn calories, is not going to be as efficient as you'd like it to be. So your carbohydrates have to be monitored. I say you hold it down to 1 serving of starch per day. So when it comes to the potatoes, the rices, the breads, and the cereals, you get 1 serving per day. Make sure it's high fiber.
Uh-huh.
All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for calling. We got enough time probably for, one more call here. Let's go to Charlie in Watertown. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks. You're on the Natural Health Show.
Yeah, hi, Mark. Look, I was told that Coleus, Coleus, forskohlii, was good for high ocular pressure. And then I read somewhere that if you have either osteoporosis or a tendency toward it, it's not a good idea to take it. Can you put some light on that for me?
Well, first of all, the herb is called Coleus forskohlii. Coleus forskohlii, and you're absolutely right. It has been found to be supportive, but it's not for everybody. There are contraindications, as you point out. Osteoporosis is one of those. But I think that you could do better with a different supplement.
Okay.
There's actually, if you go to, we talk about our great sponsor, Good Health Natural Foods. There are some remarkable drops that they have called carnosine, C-A-R-N-O-S-I-N-E, carnosine. It's an amino acid. It's actually a complex of 2 different amino acids, but C-A-R-N-O-S-I-N-E, carnosine drops.
Okay.
And the trade name is Carno-C, C-A-R-N-O-S-E-E. Carno-C. So at Good Health Natural Foods, you get the Carno-C drops, and you use the drops as directed twice a day, and you compare your results after 6 months.
Okay. In Good Health, how would I'm not familiar with that name.
Good Health Natural Foods actually is in Quincy and Hanover, so you might want to talk with them. And if you can't get down there, they'll send you what you need. Just call them. And again, that's Good Health Natural Foods.
Okay.
And I'll give you the number, 617-773.
Right.
4925.
4925.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
Pleasure. Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And Mike, looks like we're probably out of time. Is that right? Take one more quick call. Okay, let's go to David in Lexington. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks from the Natural Health Show.
Hi, thanks for calling. I'll make it quick. I have in the right knee a fairly nasty case of osteoarthritis, maybe from too much running over the years.
Yep.
And the cartilage is kind of worn away. And I had the doctors give me one of these serious injections of to try to put some stuff in there, but it just didn't work out.
Right.
And it was that I forget the name of it, but there was an injection of some. And do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, there's
synovial injections.
Synovial, yeah. Well, there's something called Country Life is a company that made an MSM-GS complex. MSM-GS complex. It's the only product that I ever knew to really work. And, it's not being produced anymore, but you can still get it. There are still some companies that are selling out on it. But I suggest you Google the Country Life MSM-GS complex and take 3 a day. That's my suggestion there. So anyway, we're up against the magical top of the hour, so I'm so sorry we couldn't take those other calls. And David, Sue, Michelle, all the rest of those calls, we'd love to get to you next week. We'll be here at 5 o'clock. Please keep those questions hot and handy because we'll get the answers to you, and I promise you that. But until then, we want to certainly thank our new producer, Mike Roberts, did a great job. And thanks to intern Alex Todorovic and podcast meister Adam Ing, Candida, of course. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in here each and every week. And as we pointed out just a few moments ago, feel free to get to our website at maxhealing.com. One word, maxhealing.com, because you can pick up all the information that we share with you on this broadcast each and every week and get caught up in the event that it goes by too quickly for you. Again, stay tuned here to 96.9 Boston Talks for Woody and Abby and the entire gang for Right Turn Radio. Great program. And this is Mark Mincola reminding you, please, until next week, be wise, be aware, be well. Make it a healthy week. Good night.